What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So if you guys saw my last video when we installed the custom dynamic LED lighting on my 2003 Sportster build, you would know that at the end of the video I said that I was working with another company and that the package should arrive pretty soon. Well, that package is here. So without further ado, let's get into what we're going to do in today's video. So in today's video, I worked with Crossthread Cycles. If you're unfamiliar with them, they make foot pegs, floorboards, shifter pegs, and a bunch of other accessories. As always, I'll have their website down below in the description, as well as the parts that we're using in today's video. But nonetheless, I worked with Crossthread Cycle on getting the MX style foot pegs and a shifter peg for my 2003 Sportster. So that package is here, so let's go take a look at it. As you can see, I still have it in the box, so let's get it unboxed. Boom. So there you have it. This is what I got from Crossthread Cycles. We have their Aero style foot pegs. We got a shifter peg, and this is all in the raw finish. We got some foot peg clevises to mount up to the foot pegs. Got a sticker packet and a new banner for the shop. So huge shout out to Crossthread Cycles. Thank you for working with me. And once again, thank you to you guys, because if you guys didn't watch my videos and like them and subscribe, this would not be possible. So like I said earlier, I'll have the link to their website down below in the description, as well as these products that I have here on the lift. So please do yourself a favor and go check them out. So this should be a relatively easy install on the old Sportster. The only problem that I foresee is the shifter peg, because there's no Allen bolt on the shifter peg. Just got to unscrew it by hand, and I have a feeling that it's pretty seized up. So that will be the only issue that I foresee for this project. So let's check out the stock pegs first. So as you guys can see, just the plain stock foot peg, and these are kind of disgusting because they're like super thick rubber, and they're just really not that comfortable because they're just so bulky. And then, as you guys know, I added the passenger foot pegs, which these kind of just came with the brackets, so I wasn't really a huge fan of them, but for $34 for the bracket and the pegs, you cannot complain. And then, of course, the other side is the same. And like I said, there's no Allen bolt here, so this is going to be a pain in the butt to get off. I already tried to loosen it by hand, and of course it doesn't want to go. So I sprayed some penetrating oil in the back. I'm just letting it sit here for a little bit. So I might need to cut this rubber off and possibly get some vice grips or channel locks on it to break it free. But nonetheless, this is easy. So the tools that I will be using for my setup is a 14mm socket and wrench for the stock rubber foot pegs. And then for my aftermarket passenger foot pegs, it's going to be an 11mm socket and wrench. So let me get you guys set up on a tripod and let's get this process started. I'm going to start with the foot pegs first, wait for the shifter peg last, because I know that's going to be a problem, and I just really don't feel like dealing with it right now. So I already went ahead and broke these loose a little bit, so I'm just going to take them the rest of the way off. Just kind of wiggle that out. I'm taking note of the orientation of the clevis for this peg, so the straight side is towards the rear brake pedal. So take my new peg here, and it is extremely worth noting that the quality of these things are very good. Like I said, this is what they consider the raw finish, so it's cool. You kind of see some of the machining process on it, and it's pretty shiny, which is nice. Take a moment to just talk about how well these were packaged. Extremely tight fitting foam, so props to Crossthread for packaging an awesome product. And as always, I don't know how well you guys can see that, we like to see this made in America, keep it in the USA. So these have different notches. You can put it in kind of however you want, depending how you want your peg angled. So I'm kind of just gonna loosely wiggle this in here for the time being, so I can get an idea at where the peg's gonna be placed, so I can kind of determine where I want it to be. And I'd say I'd want it right about there. So I'm just going to wiggle it till I can find a good place for it. So I'd say that's about where I want it. If I try to tweak it a little bit more, the peg's going to be kind of angled back, which I feel like would be more comfortable, but on the shifter side, that might be an issue, get my foot under the shift. So I'm just going to go with kind of it leaning slightly forward, but nonetheless, I have my position noted. So I'm going to just lightly wiggle this back off, keeping the peg still on the clevis. And then at this point, I'm going to go ahead and using the supplied Allen screw, drop that in so I can tighten up the peg on the clevis. So this is just going to be a 6mm hex screw. Just take this in till it's tight. I'm just doing this off the bike because it's just going to be way easier. And there was Loctite on it, but we'll just give it a final yoksing once we get it onto the bike. And just wiggle this back on. And then I'm just going to be reusing the same hardware as before. So I just had to get a little hammer and kind of wiggle this around and just tap it in. So now I'm just putting the locking nut on the backside and then using my 14mm, just going to tighten it down. Something else I just realized, I don't know how it took me till now to have it register in my brain, but as you can see, I can't use these pegs on the rear passenger because as you see, these rear passenger pegs go over the bracket and they are not a clevis style. So unfortunately, I can't believe it took me this long to just look and figure that out. Unfortunately, I can't use the other pair of pegs back here, but fortunately enough, I have the highway pegs on here. I don't know if these are going to stay on forever, but for now, I can at least upgrade my highway pegs, and those will definitely be a big improvement over those. So might as well throw those on right away, and then we'll move on. So the front highway peg appears to be the same size, so I'm just going to go ahead and swap that out right away. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, I have the foot peg and the highway foot peg installed. Well, the highway peg, granted, these are aftermarket highway pegs and they looked pretty chimsy from the beginning, so one could only assume that they could be an Amazon buy, but nonetheless, I could not get the clevis to fit either way and get a bolt through whatsoever. Even with the clevis fully closed in the front or back position, just simply wouldn't go. So I ended up having to drill out this clevis a decent amount to a 7/16 drill bit. Originally started off at 3/8. It was close, but I had to finish it off at the 7/16 to get that to fit. You know, just one of those days. We have the tools to get it done. So at the end of the day, you just got to get it done and move on. So we're going to just repeat this process for the other side, and I was unable to get the shifter peg loose, so I kind of just cut up the rubber, and I'm just going to try to pull the rubber off to get down to the bare bone metal so we can get a pair of vice grips or channel locks on it and try to break it free. So I'm not going to record too much of the other side, so enough of me rambling. Let's get the other side on. All right, now that I got these old foot pegs off, just gonna go prepare the new ones and get those thrown on. I'll get this thrown on, do the front one, and then we'll try to mess with the shifter peg. So I'm not as lucky on the front crash bar foot peg, so I'm gonna have to drill out this clevis again, but at least I know what size I need, and that shouldn't be an issue. Alrighty guys, so I'm all done cleaning up, so let's go check it out. They feel absolutely amazing on my feet. I cannot wait to take this baby out on a ride. Unfortunately, it is raining all day today and it's in like the mid 40s. So unfortunately, I will not be able to ride today, but these look so good. As you can see, it really kind of just pops as well. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to taking this out and checking them out in further detail, but I know I'm gonna love them because, as you guys know, I have MX style floorboards on my 21 Road Glide and they are absolutely game changer and they are amazing. So if you guys made it this far in the video, make sure to drop a thumbs up and like this video, and make sure to drop a comment And as always, guys, I'll have the links to everything that I used down below in the description, so you can go check out Crossthread. They are a somewhat local company to me, actually. As some of you know, I'm in eastern Pennsylvania, and they're about like an hour and 20 minutes north of me. So always love to kind of work and give back to the area you live in, and let alone our country. So definitely check them out. Like I showed you earlier, they're made in the USA, so definitely want to support our own country. If you guys made it this far in the video, make sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon so that way you guys stay notified when I post new videos like this one. Make sure to ride safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!